Hello, friends. Good evening and welcome. Please, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, that's fine.
Other social things too as well.
Okay, so thanks for confirming that you can hear me. Welcome to tonight's session. We have outlined our key topics that we'll be discussing tonight. And we are going to look at lookup functions, conditional formatting, filtering, and sorting. So there are 4 key topics that we'll be covering tonight. And we believe that God will help us to cover a lot of ground, because next week we'll be rounding off this training. And then in February, we hope to launch other soft skills. We have a lot of soft skill courses that we are launching out to members of our network. So we believe that God will give us speed to round up this training by next Sunday, that's 29th. So my name is Samson Emelike, and to facilitate the training tonight with me is Jennifer Smith. She'll be joining us later. She'll be taking two of the topics. So it's because of the noise that was coming from behind, I had to mute everyone so that you can only unmute with permission. I'm sorry we had to do that so that we can limit unintended noise from the background. Okay, so with that, I hope you can see my screen. Confirm if you can see my screen. You can use the chat box, please. Just chat, yes, you can, or you cannot. I want confirmation if you can see my screen. Okay, yeah. Thanks. So this is a table which we generated from the beginning of this training. We started this training sometime in November, I think so, or was it October? And we started with structures, how to get data from unstructured formats. And so that's how we got this using Power Query. So this is what we will be using for filtering and sorting. Almost everybody who uses Excel understands how to sort and how to filter. But there are some elements of filtering and sorting that we want to discuss beyond the simple sorting and filtering. And that is what we want to look at this evening. Now I'm going to this tab. I have shared this. I have shared this file and the file for conditional formatting and VLOOKUP. If you are in our WhatsApp group, the file is there. You can download it. If you are not on the WhatsApp group, and at least you are here, we have shared. Let me share the other one I'll share the link for format, conditional formatting, and VLOOKUP. Please make sure you download. Sorry, what was that?
Is it the filter and sorting practice 5?
Yes.
I've shared it on the chat box.
Okay. So that's fine. Thanks for that. All right. So if you look at the file for filtering and sorting, there are 3 sheets. So we are going to look at filtering, this one. And we have simple tasks, about 3 of them, that will elucidate what we want to share with us this evening. So we have this table, and the first task is filter out and display all females born in January. Now, the most likely thing to do, which most people would do, is to apply filter here, Control-Shift-L. We bring this up, and we the question is filter and display females born in January. So we come over here and select female, and thereafter we come here and select January, and there we go. So we have these 4 people, 4 staff, and then we have displayed this. And the next thing, because we say display, you may just copy this and drop them somewhere here. That is fine, but there is another level of filtering that I want us to look at. If you use this method, you will see that some things here, over here, they are distorted because some rows are hidden because of this. But we want to see how we can do it without hiding rows and just extract these 4 staff. So let me remove the filter, and then I'm going to copy this. These are my headers. So I'm going to copy this and drop them somewhere here. Now I'm going to use this now to define what I want. What I want is females and January. So my female here, I want it to be F. And in the month, I want it to be, let me just get this, January. So I am going to filter with this right now, and I want to place them somewhere here. So let me just highlight this. This is where I want to paste that. So what I need to do is right inside my table, my original table, I'm going to click my data, then come over here. This is advanced filtering. So I click this. This pops up. The first thing I need to do is, what is the list range? This is my list range, which is already selected by Excel. It has guessed right, and I'm good to go with that. And I'm not going to replace them here, because if I leave this selection here, filter the list in place, it's going to replace the entire data with the current filtering elements or parameter that I'm setting. I want to copy it to a different location. Now, what is the criteria range? My criteria range is this. So I've selected my criteria range. Then where do I want to paste it to? Because I said I'm going to paste it to another location. So I'm going to click this, This is where I want it. And then it's done. So these are all the people that we saw from the beginning. I have sorted this out and I have displayed it without distorting these lines, without hiding any rule. Okay, so this is one way of responding to the task. Okay, so I'm going to do the second one, and thereafter I give us time to look at the third one. Now, the second question is filter out all staff whose sales are between 700 and 1,000. Is this Naira? I think it's Naira. Boundaries inclusive. What this boundaries inclusive means, where you see 700 is included. Where you see 1,000 is included. So it's between greater or equals to 700 Naira and equals or less than 1,000 Naira. So this is what we have here. Now, another way that this can happen, let's go through the customary way, the usual way. I'm going to apply my filter, and it says sales between 700 and 1,000. So all I need to do is to come to this point where I have my sale. I click this to open it up. I'm going to filter by number, and it's between. So I'm going to click here. This comes up. So we say equal or greater, see it here, is greater than or equal to 700. So I can go ahead and type 700 and is less than or equal to 1,000. Okay, done with that. And then you see it has filtered out all the sales that are either up to 700 and above and less or equal to 1,000 Naira. Again, you will see that there are some rules hidden. For instance, between 3 and 7, there are some rules hidden there. Between 11 and 13, there are some rules. And so if we want to display this, we just copy it out and paste it somewhere. But however, there is another way that we can do this, following this method. Okay, so I'm going to pause and ask if there are questions so far concerning the first one we did, and then let's see how we can proceed from there. So please, you can raise your hand and then you can unmute and speak. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so we believe everyone has come with his or her laptop. So we are going to request that we do the first one, and then let's just take 5 minutes to do that. This is 2020. That's 20 minutes past 8 o'clock. So can we go ahead and attempt that? If for any reason you're not going to attempt it, maybe just let us know. I hope everybody is set to attempt that, because this is hands-on. Please, I need feedback. Is anyone hearing me at all?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, Chief Justice. So thanks for confirming. Okay, King says he's not with a laptop. Okay, apart from King, who else? Courage.
Yes, Courage is with laptop. I couldn't get the second explanation. I mean, when you copy it to a different part, not the traditional way of filtering, but the other part, I got lost on the way.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. It's good that we point out. Hello, Masood, you want to speak? Okay. So does anyone else have anything to say? Okay, what Courage says is, I think it was Courage, yes, for me to go back, that he missed a point. Jacqueline says she's not with, I don't have the drop down, please. Okay, yeah, the drop down, there are two ways you can put the drop down. It's either you come to data on this ribbon here, click your data, and then click this filter. If you click it on and off, it goes on and off. Alternatively, you can hold your control button on the keyboard, and then you press Shift, and then you press L. So I'm holding my control, Shift, and then letter L, as in Lagos. It goes on and off. Holding the Shift and Control buttons at the same time, pressing L, it toggles between on and off the filter icon. Okay, so that's how to bring in your filter, or you go to the data and then do that. All right, so if there are other questions. So let me just go ahead and respond to this. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to delete this, and let's do it again. So we are interested in sex, female, month of birth, January. So remember, the first step is to copy these headers over here. And then this is just like code. We are writing a code and telling Excel, come into this big data and create another table for me. But what I'm interested in is those ones that the sex is female and at the same time, the month of birth is January. Get them out for me. So that is the code that this is giving to Excel. So what we need to do is right here, this is an advanced filtering. So we click this advanced option here. And then the first one is selecting the where we want to paste it. I'm interested in pasting it somewhere else, not replacing the existing one. Then the second one is the list range. So this is my list range. It has selected it. If this were not the list or the table of interest, I'll simply go there and select whichever one. You can see my selection here. But this is what I'm interested in. So I've selected all of them. Then the next thing is the criteria range. What is my criteria range? Is this. I've selected this. Note that I also included the headers. Then the next thing is, where do I want it copied to? Originally, it was H7 to M7. That's somewhere here. So assuming I want to paste it here, I can just come here and paste it. And that is that. So that's how that happens. All right, so can we take 5 minutes to do this? 5 minutes. And then once you are done, please just type in the chat box, done, done, done. And then we continue from there. All right, anyone done? Kabiru, I will respond to you. I've seen your question. Network sometimes can be troublesome. Anyone who will type done? Waiting to see done. Nobody? We need to be sure we are making progress, and feedback will help us do so. Did anybody run into any problem while attempting this? Or possibly it's very easy and maybe we know that already. While we wait for responses, I just want to, okay, don't worry. We are going to do something, Jacqueline. Don't worry, let's just see if others have the same problem. So for those of us in Ghana, there is a group. You know, what we do is sometimes we organize programs that are country specific. Okay, we may just come up with a program for Ghana, and then we host it with you people invited. So there is a group for each country, and we invited all of you who participated in last week's session to join the WhatsApp group. Only few have joined so far. We sent it via email. So it would be nice if you check your email if you were here last week. But if you're not here, if you were not here last week, then maybe we will send you, let us know so that we can invite you to join the Havron Ghana network. Okay, so I think, okay, copying to other cells to filter is a bit of a task. Yes, it's because of that task that it's easier. That's why we are trying to see this alternate way of filtering. Because if the thing is large, assuming your data is large and the people that meet into that criteria, maybe they're up to 100 rows, you now have to select all those filtered rows, copy them, and then look for somewhere to paste. And if you're not careful, after you have pasted and you remove the filter, you will see you get lines. So yes, that is something that we are trying to avoid by using this advanced filtering method. Okay, I'm happy to hear that Mayowa has done that one. Thanks, Mayowa. So let's just go over it again. Let's go over it the last time and then see how we progress. Okay. So I'm going to delete this entire. I'm going to clear all. So this is our data. Please, let's pay close attention. If it's possible, just follow along so that I can go slower so that we can catch up. So our first task is to filter out and display all females born in January. So there are two criteria that we want to filter. First, we must get all the females. And those females that are born in January. We did the usual filtering by applying the filter icon and then using it, the filter feature, using it to filter, and we saw there were 4 of them. And we saw the limitation that can give to us and the task of copying that and putting it somewhere for us to display. And so we decided to go through another route. And that route is the advanced filtering option. So what we need to do is to copy these headers somewhere here. So we are going to define the criteria that we are using. The first criterion is that the sex will be female. So I'm going to type F because that is the way female gender is described here. It's not in full. We are giving it a command that if it goes to this table, it can pick exactly what is here. Sometimes it might be better to say equals and then click this. And again, the month of birth equal, look for anywhere you see January. January doesn't necessarily mean it must be the same line. So I have defined the 2 criteria. One is that is a female. Secondly, it must be January. So it's January and, sorry, female and January. Now, we have defined our criteria. So I'm clicking right here where we have the data, or else I can click anywhere here and then define it. But it's best to always put something, your cursor, where your table is. So I'm going to my data tab here. I'm going to, under this sort and filter, I'm going to the advanced section. So I'm clicking this. Now, because I already selected this table, you will see the highlights. Excel is already guessing that this may be the table that I'm interested in. Well, it's right. That is what we want. This is where we want to extract the data and paste here. Now, the next thing is coming to this action. Am I going to filter the list in place? What this means is if I apply this, it's going to bring out only those 4 and remove the remaining ones. But we want the main table to remain, which means we are going to copy the extracted one to another location. So this is our choice. We are going to copy it to another location. So having defined this, we need to define our list range. Remember, this is what we defined here. We are good to go. The next thing is the criteria range. What range do we want it to do for to use and filter out is here. So these are the criteria that we want, and that is the range. So the next thing is, where do I want it located? Previously, it was in row 12. So let's get somewhere else. Let's put it in row 15 here. Here. So that's all I need to do. Once I click OK, it brings out the data that meets this criteria. You can see these are all female and these are all January. So you can do this in a combination of different criteria. For instance, you may feel, I want the female born in January, whose sales are so, so, and so, and then I'll get that. Okay, so is it better now? Okay, Mr. Roy, are you still on the call?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Some participants just joined. Please share the practice files.
Okay.
So think there was a question here. Let me see that. Nothing shows in my criteria range. Let's see what you mean by criteria range. This, you need to select it. You need to, after you have defined this range, then you are the one who is supposed to now click this and then go and select that criteria range. So please try and let me know if it works. So Courage, can you do that again? Let me know. Okay, now at least we will need better, more responses from a good number of participants. Please, can you do that so that we can proceed? We have 4 topics and we are not done with one yet. And 1 hour is almost gone. Okay, so Courage, are you saying that you are good to go now? You said, yes, I did it. So is it that you are good to go now? Everything is working fine?
Yes, sir.
All right, so thanks for that. Can we get other feedback from others? Are we good to go? Are there still issues that we need to resolve? So that we'll go to the next task. We need feedbacks, please. Good. Ralph Chuk say he's fine to go. Who else is good to go? Or who else is having issues? It's either we are good to go or we have issues to resolve. Our major focus is not just to run through this and then go, whether they understand or not. Rather, it's just for us to ensure that people follow along and catch the tricks. Fine, King says he's good to go. That's good. So we have 3. Can we get more? 3 persons said we are good to go. Can we get more hands? More yes, more good to go. Okay, I think what we are going to do is we are in a community. We have done the first example. So we have the other tasks that are also contained in the practice file. We are going to leave it. People will practice and then get back to us. Maybe that way we can cover grounds and then we can get people committed to do and then get back to us. All right, so let's proceed to the next one. It's sorting. We all know sorting, just like filtering, the usual sorting. Say I want to sort this table on this column, staff column. I want to sort it alphabetically, or I want to sort based on this column alphabetically, either from A to Z or Z to A. And then I come over to the number section. I want to sort either from lowest to highest ranking or highest to lowest ranking. But there is more to that. You know, when you are doing analysis, you may decide that I want to really look at key elements. I want to see the people or the population within these particular parameters. Say, for instance, if we want to look at all the sales for female, I know the best thing for us to do is, again, we can simply come over here and say sort. Then maybe we'll say sort from A to F or rather A to Z. And then this is sorted this way. But this is not all that sorting does. Now, we are going to look at advanced sorting and custom sorting. Well, the custom sorting is just like the advanced sorting, okay? So I'm going to define this. When you come to this sort, you click this sort icon, you have this. You can do some levels of sorting applied at the same time. You can also move them up and down. We are going to demonstrate all this. You can sort, decide to sort. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns in our data represented here as the header. So we may decide to sort by staff. So whatever criteria we define will be applied based on staff. So whichever sort by option we choose, that is where that sorting will happen. Then each of those elements or entries, they have different values. They can be by values, they can be by cell color, or the font, the color fonts, or the cell icons. For this demonstration, we are going to look at the values alone. The other ones, they follow the same thing. It's just for you to define it. So when we do the different ways of sorting, you will be able to apply the cell color, the font color, and so on and so forth. And then when you have chosen what you want to sort on, you come over here and you choose. If it is text, it's A to Z or Z to E. Even if it is number, A to Z means lowest to highest, and then Z to A means highest to lowest. But there is this custom list here, which you can use to define. So we are going to use this to do our custom sorting. So now let's look at our task. So please pay attention, because we are going to do only one task, and then we'll repeat it to be sure that everybody understands, and then we'll go back home and do 2 and 3. So now our task is to sort the table to show the months of birth in this order. This is a specific order. Let me color this. Let me color this green and red, or green and yellow, which one? Okay, green and red can be fine. I hope this is clear. Okay, let me just change this to black. Never mind about this. I just want to be sure that it's very, very clear. I believe this is better now. Now we are asked to sort this. They are interested in seeing the arrangement all the January 1st, followed by March, followed by May, followed by July, and so on and so forth. So this is what we are asked to do. Okay. So let me see where I can paste this so that I can also be seeing it. Okay. So let's paste this here. Now I go to my data and I click this sort. This is the icon. Now, what we are sorting is months of birth. So I'm coming over here, month of birth. And I am sorting by the values in those columns, each of those cells. Now, how is it to be arranged? There is a specific order that whoever that has requested for this wants to view them. He's just interested in viewing all the sales, all the staff who did sales all the staff born in January, they want to see their sales together, viewing them as a cluster, viewing those ones in different months as clusters. So we are going to use the custom list. Then the custom list brings this now. These were the things that came in by default, arranged. So it's left for you to create and add. And then see this note here, press enter to separate the list entries. So the first one is January. I hope the spelling is correct. Please, you must make sure that your spelling matches with what is on the table. So it's January, followed by March, followed by May. This is exactly the order that the person requesting for it wants it to appear. September. If you look at it now, it's like month jumping the order. That's alternate months. And then when it gets to October, it jumps to December. From December, I think it's okay. Is that, did it end in December? Okay, let's continue. So after September, we have November. After November, we have February. After February, we have April. After April, June, August. Okay, this is wrong now. You see this August, I didn't spell it well. So I need to be careful to be sure that my spelling are the same with what is on the table. And then October, we have December. So I think we have all the 12 months here: January, March, May, July, September, November, February. Okay, so we have added this now. So you can see it now. This is a new list. And now that this is selected, the new list is selected, I'm going to hit OK. Now it is over here. So if I go ahead now and click OK, it sorts my data. First of all, bring in all the January, followed by March, followed by May, and so on and so forth, till December. Now that's not all. The next question says, then, that means we are applying the second level of sorting on this same one. Then sort the result. That's the result, this result we have now. Sort it in the order FM. So what it means is, when you come to January, we want to see the F and M following here. So we are going to see all the Fs arranged together, followed by M. The same thing applies for each of them. So all we need to do is to go back to that same place. This is it. We are not going to touch this because we want this to remain. We are going to add another level. So I'm adding another level here. And now we are sorting by sex. And if the order they have requested for F and M, good enough, F comes before M. So if we go ahead and use this A to Z, we are good to go. Otherwise, we can go here and create another one and write F and then M. So now let's go ahead and do that. So I have F and M. This is the order as was requested. So after adding this custom list, it is selected. I OK it. Look at it here. So I could go ahead and click OK. Then you see that in this range, which is January, you see all the females were arranged first, followed by male. If you come to March also, all the female were first arranged, then followed by the male. It's the same thing that happened across all the months. Okay, so there we go, the end of sorting. So there are a wide range of ways that we can sort, but this basic background knowledge that we have will help us to do any kind of sorting that we want. It can also help us to do any kind of filtering that we want. There is a whole lot of things that we can do with filtering. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of the sorting and filtering. I think it's good for us now to take a few minutes, ask questions. Otherwise, we do the remaining assignment, practice what we have just done, and try to finish all the 3 tasks, both for sorting and filtering. And we are going to take 14 minutes to do this. This is 8:56. So by 9:10, we will resume with conditional formatting and VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is a very wonderful thing, feature that we use to extract data from another place and bring it to where we are working. All right, so if there are no questions, go ahead. If there are questions, please, either you raise your hand or you send it in the chat box. So we are good to go now. If you are done, you say you are good to go. If you have any issue, please don't hesitate to type it, and then we'll come to the rescue. Thank you, and over. Oh, this is so lovely. Good to go. That's great. Good to go. That's great. Please, can we have more of good to go? That's good to know. Lucia, you're welcome. Good to know that you are good to go. Hello, Mr. Roy. Hello, Mr. Roy. Are you still on the call?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, can
No,
you
I need
share
to-
the attendance list?
Okay.
Let's get the attendance. Jacqueline says good to go. That's fine. We have 8 minutes more. Thank you, Mayowa. Also done. So, Kabiru, I hope, did I answer your question again? I can't remember. Okay. Thank you so much. Chief Justice, thanks. So in the next 5 minutes, we hope to start the other one, conditional formatting and VLOOKUP. Jennifer will be joining us shortly to take that. So another promise that we will make is we will try and share some more videos on some of these things that we are doing. There are some already in our archives, in our channel. So please try and subscribe to the channel so that when we share videos, you will receive notification. Please. I'm going to share this one so that this particular one is on. So you just followed the link and subscribe. I'm sharing it right now. Okay, Matthias, just a minute, you will speak. Okay, so I'm going to share this link so that you can just go ahead, click subscribe, and then whenever we have any video that we have released, then you can get notification, and then we are good to go. So I've just shared that. Please confirm if you have seen it. Just go ahead, click it, and then subscribe. You can also share with your friends so that they will partake in what we are doing here. So yes, Masizira, I think your hand was up.
Hello, no, it's a mistake, it's no problem, no question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So is everyone on this call? Has everyone downloaded the copy of the practice files? Okay, Lucia is asking, I hope I'm not taking us back. No, you are not. For the filtering, I don't know how to filter a range. That is the second question in the filtering sheet. Filter out all stuff who says, okay. Okay, I understand. So we're going to look into that. Thanks, Lucia. This is the kind of thing we want. Try out. If you run into any problem, call out, and then we can discuss together. So let me just, let's just go through that. That's filtering. Okay, filter out stuff whose sales are between this and this. Okay, so let's see what that is. First of all, let's define the sales is under here. So I think there are two ways to do this. There are two ways to do this. There are two ways to do this. So the first one is we have 700 here. I want to be sure. Then the other one is 1,000 here. So here is it should be more than 700, 700 or equal. Then here is less or equal to this. I want to be sure this is there. I can't remember exactly. So now let's work this out. First of all, we have our sales here. So let me apply this filter. Let me bring this filter on. We said we could just do this straightforward to see what this gives us. So we are looking at between is greater than or equal to 700. Then this is and less or equal to 1,000. When we click this, it brings this out for us. So now let's see how many entries there are here. There are 32 entries. So you can see that in the sales here, they are above 700 or equal to 700, but less or equal to 1,000. So with this in mind, let's now apply this. So we are going to advance again. We want to copy it to a different location. Here is correct. We have our list. Then criteria range. Our criteria range is this. Our criteria range is this. Then where do we want it copied to? Let's just drop it here. Then let's go. So, okay, this is not it because we have more than this here. Okay, we have more than this here. So let me undo that. Sorry. Let's delete this and let's see this. I want to be sure. So now let's go ahead and apply this again. One is and then the other one is or. I guess the one we did now was or. So let's go ahead. This is this. We are filtering it in different location. So we want this. Okay. Then location. Let's get it here. Okay. Let's see what happened. Think. Okay, Lucia, I'm going to
want something.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying, can they write that formula on that greater than or equal to 700, all including the 1,000, less than 1,000 equal to 1,000
on the same place?
Yes, on the same place. Is there anything like that?
Yes, but there is, I'm not sure you'll be able to pick that. So what's going to delimit them? You want us to write something here? Okay. I think we need to use and. Let me not waste our time here. I'll do this and then I'll get back to us.
Okay.
So let's I think from Jennifer is on the call now. From Jennifer, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jennifer is going to take us through conditional formatting and hopefully VLOOKUP. So from Jennifer, over to you.
Thank you, Fam. Can I share my screen?
Sure.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, kindly confirm you can see my screen.
Yeah, it's up.
Okay, fine, so. All right, thank you. Okay. So as from Samson said, I'll be taking us today on, first of all, on conditional formatting, then VLOOKUP. So also I know this conditional formatting is sort of, I know I had spoken about it during our last class when somebody asked a question if I can make use if function to change the color. And I explained that you can't use if function to infect the color of a particular value, but you use conditional formatting. So in Excel, we have different kind of formatting functions that you can change. That formatting could be changing text, changing a color, changing size, changing the value, whether you want it to be a number or a currency, or the date format and everything. That is basically formatting. But in conditional, it changes based on the condition of what the value is in the cell. And there are different types of conditional formatting that can be done. So let me just, I have a table here which I wanted to use to present one type of conditional formatting, that is to apply, to kind of put conditional formatting on these scores of the students here. And so that we can see how it patterns out. So it can be used in different aspects, especially when you want to create a dashboard and everything. It helps give you a visualized way of looking at a dashboard, because if I show you this right now, you can't make much meaning of it, but you have other automatic Excel functions that are conditional formatting. You can see where someone is doing good or someone is not doing very well. So to start with conditional formatting, let me just open up the dialog box to show you the different rules that are involved in it. We already have some preset rules here that you can actually use. You can have highlighting based on certain rules, that in greater than, less than, in between, equals to, and so on. You can also check whether it is top 10, bottom 10, top 10%, top average, and all, if you want shortcuts. These are the shortcuts here. You can have data bars, which will draw a bar within the cell, like based on the value. You can have colors. You can have an icon set, which you can use to differentiate, okay, whether it's good or bad, and it's just based on what the value is, assign those. And then we have the ones where you can actually build your own by yourself. I believe in doing things by yourself in Excel. Because Excel is already helping you do a lot of things, but I think some things you may need to be able to carve out so it can be flexible for your own situation. So in conditional formatting, sorry, please, there are different rule sets. Sorry, let me take this down. So there is formatting of values based on cell. Formatting of cells based on value. This includes whether, this is actually what it is here. It's you can use conditional formatting to in this particular type, the range determines what color you assign to which value. Like, for example, let me do an example here. I'll highlight these numbers here. Oh, let me just, yes, I'll highlight all these numbers here in this particular row column. And then to apply this one, I can just select the first row. That is based on the color, cell color. So now there are different types. So this one, I'm doing a two color scale. That means either the lowest value there'll be a color for the lowest value and there'll be a color for the highest value. So I can choose if I'm using the lowest value. The lowest value could be lowest number, lowest percentile, and everything. And likewise in maximum to be the same thing. So if I can choose the lowest value, I can color it red and make the highest value green. Once I press OK, automatically it ranges itself based on the values in the cell. So the highest number, which is 100, is going to be very green, while the lowest number will be red. This is not always fixed because if I have a higher number, a number higher than 100, this is 100 that is here, number 8, automatically changes to, it will not be green, to be red because 200 is the highest value. So this always, it depends on what you're using it for. You can actually apply this when you're looking at, for example, if an exam is taken and you want to, unless if not everyone did very well, but you must have people that, for example, like JAMB exam where the cutoff mark determines, she's not really a fixed cutoff mark. Some years we have students that don't perform poorly, and if they must get admission, you want to look at, okay, what's the highest score and what's the lowest score? You can use conditional formatting in this aspect to show you which ones are in the green range and which ones are not in the green range. So those that are in green range can assign that, okay, these ones are the ones that made the JAM score, and they assign, let them proceed to continue in university. So that's one application of this one. And so once you're done the conditional formatting, if you want to remove the formatting, you can clear rules. So you can either clear rules from selected cells or from an entire sheet. In selected cells, that means I've highlighted a particular column or cells that I want to clear the conditional formatting. And if I select clear rules, the entire sheet, if I have other conditional formattings on a format on other parts of this worksheet, it will all go off. So it's safer to just do select clear rule from selected cells. So it's only a particular place I select and clear from. So when I work with with conditional formatting, I prefer to use this one called manage rules. It gives me a bit of flexibility in the sense that I don't need to always have to come back to this conditional formatting to start off the whole process. Because if I want to add a new, let me undo this first. If I want to add a new condition to this table, I have to come back again to this place.
Hello, Jennifer. I think it's a network issue. It's trying to reconnect back.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yeah, you're back. Welcome back.
So sorry. Thank you. So sorry. I thought Glow was better today, so I used Glow. But now I switched back to MTN. Okay. So I don't know where you stopped hearing me. I don't know if you heard what I said about this rule manager. Hello? Hello?
No, we didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I was explaining that when I use conditional formatting, I prefer to use rule manager because it gives me more flexibility to work with conditional formatting. So for example, like I have this rule already in column C, and with the rule manager, I get to see the rule already, and I can make changes here on the spot all the way to conditional formatting to effect the changes. I can also add more rules as I go on. So let me first of all clear this rule in column C, then I can proceed to using the manage rule to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so in manage rules, the first thing that comes up is this dialog box, which shows you all the different rules you have put in, set in place. So let me first of all highlight the whole table, okay? So I'm highlighting the values, the figures only. I click on my manage rules and then click on new rules. Notice that this new rule, this dialog box that opens up is the same one that we saw at the beginning. And I had explained this first rule to you. That's with the
Hello?
I think we lost him. We lost her again.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Here. Okay, okay.
I really don't know which network is good. Really, really sorry. MTN needs to be good on my side before. I think they're becoming bad now. Okay, so I was trying to say that this box that is showing on my screen. So can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Hello, are you all hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
All right. So this box that's here again is the one that I showed that opened up before when I first started the conditional formatting. So now we can do format cells based on format only cells that contain, and the different things cells can contain. They can contain words, it can contain text, it can also contain blanks. If you look at that. So here you get to choose what you are interested in. Like for example, if you're looking at cell value, value means numbers. So if a cell has a value in it, you can put a special condition formatting for it. If you're looking at specific text, that is if, for example, if you want to do like a submission tracker for people who have submitted work, you can have like three different levels. If either you have submitted it, it's either you're currently working on it or you have not submitted it, or maybe it could be completed, ongoing, and not started. You can give different colors to each of these different words depending on what you want to do. So or you can talk about dates. If there's any blank, you can give conditional formatting for that. If there are no blanks, if there are errors or no errors, you can also have different conditional formattings for that. And you can select the color for each different level. So this one gives you the power to do what you want to do. So okay, I think let's do this together. Okay. So now I want to use conditional formatting to grade to color these scores for students. And first of all, let me ask this question. How many colors do you think will be appropriate for our grading? And let me know the colors and tell me why. Hello, can you all hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, okay, thank you. Okay. Did you understand my question?
No, I was offline.
Yeah, I understood you,
Hello?
Jennifer.
Okay. Sorry, I can't hear you. Did you answer my question?
Yeah, Miss Jennifer, I heard your question.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so do you want to try and respond?
Yeah, I will. I am of the opinion that we should go with red, yellow, and green, which means red means it's a poor performance, yellow means average, and green means an excellent performance. My opinion.
Okay, splendid. Let's do that. That's a very good opinion. We can do that. We can even do 5 skill, but to be simple, let's do 3 skills. That's red, yellow, and green, like you said. Okay. So, what do you consider? What would you consider as poor performance?
Anything less than 50%.
Because first of all, once you're decided, okay, you want to use 3 skills, fine. How would you grade them? Since like 100 is the maximum, so we're looking at anything from, let's say, what number to 100 should be green, which ones should be red, which ones should be yellow. So that's the next thing you think about. So let's work on this together. So what values should we put as, let's say, red?
Maybe 0 to 50.
0 to 44.
0 to what?
44.
0 to 4?
44. 44.
Hello?
0 to 44.
To 44. Okay. All right, we can do that. So basically, so since it's like coming from one end, do you want to have it as 0 to 44? Or do you want to have it as, so like, if for example, like now we're looking at the lower side, we can either do it as between 0 and 44, or you can even choose to say, okay, less than 44 or less than equal to 44. So that if you choose less than equal to 44, that means it's 44 and anything that's down. That includes negative numbers if you do see them. You understand? But if you have in between, you have a specific range you're looking at. Not between means anything that's not within that range you're looking at. Equal to is a specific number. Not equal to is everything that not that number. Greater than, one or greater than is, one or less than is greater than equal to, which we did a lot about last week, and less than equal to as well. So let us use the example that our brother gave. Okay, he said 0 to 44. So between 0 and, between 0 and 44, we'll color this red. So to go on to this process of including the color, you click on this button that says format. And once you click on it, this formatting table is the same. It's another place where we can access this format table. Like I mentioned before, you can format different types of numbers, whether it's a number, currency, accounting dates, etc., etc. You can also format the fonts, the size, and everything. You can format the cell to whether it should have borders, to change the color and all. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. Sorry. I'll start again about this formatting. So I was saying, so once you want to put the color, click on format. So the different kinds of format you can put on it, the normal formatting, font formatting, you can add borders, or you can fill the cell with a particular color. So for this type of conditional formatting, I want us to fill the cell with the color. So I'll put a color to it. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes,
put a
we
color
can.
to it.
Yes,
And
you
select
can.
OK. Once we're done here, we say OK. And we'll go back to our manage rules. So in this case, we're not seeing any changes here on this side because we haven't applied it. I can go ahead and click on apply to see the effect, or I could just go back and also do another rule. So first, let me just click on apply so we can see what we've done so far. So far, we've seen that anything that's less than 44 and less has been highlighted red. See, 44 is highlighted, everything else less than 44 is also highlighted red. So we can proceed to do the next level. So then I'll do another one that is format containing a value. So for the next level, I think it's yellow. What range do we want to put it as? So it's for anything, so we can't include 44 now. So it has to be above 44. From 44 to what level do we want to call yellow?
69.
Sorry?
44 to 69.
45 to 49.
60 or 16?
45 to 69.
Sorry?
69.
69. All right. Okay. From 44 to, oh, sorry, 45, since we already have 44 in the previous formula, and then to 69. Then I can choose the color, the format again. So this time I'll click on format and then select yellow. Okay. Once I'm done, I click OK again. So again, like I mentioned before, we're not seeing the changes because we haven't clicked on apply. But I don't want to click on apply now. I want to, let's say, move to the next level. So I want someone to put me through on what to do for the next color. That is the other colors now. So okay, so I'm clicking on new rule and then format only cells. So what do I do next?
Next, you insert the agreed value, you will insert the value on which we will agree, which will be 70 to 100 in this case.
For green, the good side, green side.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, so as I was saying, when you set the agreed
Hello,
value,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
You might click on the range from 70 to maybe 100 or thereabout.
Okay, from 70 to 100. Right, so I type 70 here, right?
Yes. Yes.
Then 100. Okay.
Yeah.
What do I do next?
You go for the pick
Okay.
the color.
Format, yes. Click on that format to select color. Yeah, that place. Click on it.
Here?
No, format.
No, format. Down.
Okay, format. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's already at the color section. right?
Yeah,
All right then. So I can choose the color green. Okay.
green. Yeah.
Then what next? After that, what do I do?
Okay.
Okay.
Click OK.
Click on OK.
Okay. After that,
Apply.
okay, I click OK again. All right. So now I'm not seeing any changes to what I've done. I've done so much work. I'm not seeing anything. What do I do next?
Click on
Apply.
apply.
You click on OK.
Well, I click on OK, yes. I also click on apply.
Apply.
Okay, I click on apply. So I can click on either one and I'll see the color here. The only difference is if I click on OK, that means I'm done with what I'm doing here. And this box will close. If I click on apply, this box is still going and I'll see my changes. So I click on apply and everything looks colored. Everything except this value.
Someone's background is so noisy that I cannot hear Auntie Jennifer again.
So can you unmute yourself if you're not speaking? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I was saying everything is colored except one value. That's this 200. So this 200 was actually an outlier, right? It was not part of the equation because I had changed it before. So assuming that there was a mistake already in your data, and if you see something like this, you may have to go back and change it. What if it was less than what is here? Then if you do that, if it's, let's say it was a different value, for example, that you found out the number was supposed to be 55, not 200, or even 20, you don't need to be worried about the color again, because since you're done conditional formatting, right, automatically it takes the color of whatever format you had put there before. All the three different things, all the three different rules you have put up, it automatically changes color based on what you have put in. So I think we've done a lot of work now. It would be good if we practice this level so far, at least this particular one where we had to work with three different rules. And if we have any issues, let's see, we can move on to the next conditional formatting. That is where we look at but specific text. Okay. All right, so I think we can do like, you have like 3 minutes to practice. Okay, does that sound good? Pam, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, yes. So I'm saying, okay, let's have 3 minutes of practice so we can move on to the next stage. All right, so I mean, you have 3 minutes of practice. That was like in 9:43, we'll come back again. All right. Or I'm according to my own laptop watch. Let's say in 3 minutes, that's 9:48. I think my laptop is a bit fast, but in 3 minutes, I'll call everyone back. So thank you. Just practice on your own. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So from Jenny, is it practice or?
Yes, practice time. I said 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes, fine. So friends, please, let's remember to fill the attendance so that we can use that to share further details with us. Thank you.
Okay, so time up. So how was it? Were there any challenges? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, Lucia says it was good. Okay. All right, so okay, so let's move on. I think I'm going to include another level to this. So I remember in last week's class, someone asked a question about if you can have it say more than one give if you are using the if function for it to give more than one response instead of yes or no, good or bad. And I mentioned that it's a nested if function that we are to use. So I've taken this like an extra step to do a few things. So first of all, I did the average of this 4 scores and I got the value here. And in this particular place, I put a formula for it to show me the first condition. I already have the scale here. So I use it to guide me what I put here. If this value is greater than 0 or less than equals to 44, give me 4. If you can remember from our if function, if, and then I had another if function in here. So in a nested if function, you have several if functions within the same sentence. If you remember in the last class that we did here, we had, okay, not in this particular one. If you remember in the last class that we did, you had 2 conditions. If it is this, say yes. If not, say no, and you close the formula. That means you have 2 conditions here. In the nested if function, you have several conditions before you actually close the formula. So the first one condition I gave was, okay, if it is between this range, that's 0 to 44, let me know poor. Instead of closing it, I continue to add another if formula, saying if it is greater than or equals to 70, say good. Then once I'm done adding all the other conditions, then I finally put the last condition and close the formula. Do you understand? Okay. Okay, let me explain and let me demonstrate again. So in this condition, I said, okay, if this is equals to if, right? I say if this is you can say less than 44. In this table, we're sure that nothing is in a negative section. So because if anything is negative, it will also be calculated. But for example, nothing is negative here. So I can say if this cell here is less than or equals to 44, right? Give me 4. I have 4 written in quotation marks. I could have said if it is, if not, give me good. But if I do that, that means everything else that is not less than 44 will be good. Even the ones that are supposed to be average according to our scale here is good. So we only have 2 scalings, good, poor, all through. But that's not what we have here. And that's not what the color is showing us. It's another color. We only define what the red and the green one is. So how do we include this yellow definition? That's what I was trying to explain. So let's go back to our formula. So I said, okay, if it is less than 44, give me 4. Again, if this same cell is greater than or equals to 70, give me good, right? If not, give me average. Notice that this is like the if it is false part of it. You can see it here. If it is false, then once I'm done with that, I close the bracket for the first equation, then close the bracket for the second equation. So that in this case, we have multiple brackets at the end here because we have 2 different openings. I press enter. Okay, it's complaining about something. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the quotation. So what Excel was telling me that I didn't put a quotation mark at the end of this word. So it was pointing me on that. So now it's if you notice the colors of the brackets are on right now to show that, okay, this red one is matching with this red one, this black one is matching this black one. Press enter. And we see average. If I drag the formula down, I'll see different scales. I can see average, I can see poor, I can see good. So I mean, I have included my other condition. I can have another if in this, if I choose to further break down this, I include like another scale of very good. So if I do that and I want to have average, if I do that, I can have like several other ifs like I added here. And then in the end, I'll have the value of if it is false to close this. So again, we can put conditional formatting on this on these ones where we can select if it is select the rules for the words, for self-containing words only. So that is, I will select my format cells that contain, this time instead of using value, I choose a specific text. So it could be, I can either choose to select the text from here or type it in directly here. So if I want to select it, if I want to type it, I will just click on the cursor here and type in good. Then I choose format. Then I choose the color scale like I did in the previous time. Select OK. And good, then it's here. Then to add, if I want to add another row, I can add another row to it. Click on format cells. And this time I want it to be only text, but I want to select the word. I don't want to have to type the word average. So I can click here, make sure my cursor is blinking here. Then I select the word, this word here, average, because I already have it like in a legend on my screen. So it's making reference to the particular cell. I click on format to select my color. And then once I'm done with that, I select OK. And then, I have two colors on my row manager. I can click on OK. If I click on OK, automatically it populates everything. But like I mentioned before, that dialog box closes. So the only color remaining to put is poor. So here I'll just try to show how we can use conditional formatting with text. Okay, so do we have any questions so far? Do you want to try this nested if, the conditional formatting on it?
Yes.
Okay. You want to try it or do you have any questions? Any questions? Okay, so if there are no questions, all right, I can give like let's say another 3 minutes for everyone to practice it before we come back. So first of all, you're doing two things. Oh, you're doing three things. First of all, you find the average of what is in these cells row by row. Okay. Once you're done with that, you put the inference using nested if function. Then from there, you do conditional formatting on it. Okay. There any questions so far?
No.
All right then. So I can give you all 3 minutes. They'll all come back. That means according to my time here, that is should be, let's say 3 minutes past 9, past 10, sorry, according to my time here. Okay, so it's 9:03. All right. So were there any difficulties? Did anyone have any challenges during this part? Hello, can you hear me? Any questions? Hello, Fam, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So everybody, so how are we doing? How are we faring? Hello, guys. Can't hear anyone. Are we okay? Do we need another explanation?
Well, some of us were not part of the previous class, so we hope when we go to the YouTube, it will help us with the if functions. That was what I am finding difficult for now.
Okay.
Apart from that, the others, I got it. Hopefully the YouTube will help me out, probably tomorrow.
All right, sir. Okay. Anybody else?
Okay. Can you place your cursor on the nested if reference? Let's see the formula again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the first one I did. This is the second one I did. It's still the same thing, but I did it 2 different ways. So this second one is easier than the first one I did. So use the second one I'm showing now. There's a lot you can do with conditional formatting, and there are other options which I think I would share in a video highlighting all the other rules we can do. And you can also rank top or bottom numbers depending on what you want to do. You can format numbers that are above a standard deviation or an average or something. You can select format duplicated values, and then also use conventional formatting to determine a cell. If this is a formula to determine a particular cell to color, like for example, if someone scored 100% or so, or like above 80 or something, I want to highlight the person's name instead of going through this list of names. You can just have the conditional formatting to pick out the person who scored above 80% or in the test. That you can do conditional formatting. So I will explain like some of those things, and there's a whole lot more you can do with it, but I'll just explain a few things and present it on a video for everyone to see, which I'll share with Samson to share everybody. Okay, and with that, if you have no other questions, I think we have come to the end of today's class. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask. If not, we have ended today's class. Thank you. Over, Farm Samson.
Thank you so much, Jenny. It's nice having every one of us here. I also believe that we've gained something in this session. Hopefully by next week, we'll be rounding up this Excel session. And like we said, we will announce the other courses that we are coming up with. So thanks everyone for being around. It's going to be a great week for each and every one of us. So for those of us in Ghana who are here, please, I'm going to share, I don't know if every one of us have filled the form, our attendance form. I think only very few have filled it, but I'm going to share the link to the WhatsApp group just in case you have not joined. Those ones from Ghana. Those in Nigeria, please do not join the group. It's just for the Ghanaians so that we can discuss and see what programs we can bring to your doorstep. So once again, thanks everyone. Have a very wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
So for our Ghanaians, just a minute.
Thank you.
Insert the channel number for your region. This can be obtained from the GoTV website.
So I've just shared the listing for the Ghanaians to join. If you haven't joined, please click it